From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, July 2nd, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.78 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,342 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $679. Antiwar.com reports 4 high-ranking members of the Libyan Unity Government have been announced to have resigned, according to a statement by the UN-backed Unity Government. The 4 were identified as the Finance Minister, Justice Minister, Industry Minister, and Reconciliation Minister. Other reports indicated that the 4 were fired by the Unity Government, though the indications were that none of the 4 had ever actually agreed to join the government in the first place and were part of the cabinet formed in Tunisia. The Tunis cabinet was formed at the behest of the United Nations and included figures from both the Tripoli and Tobruk parliaments, with an eye on convincing both parliaments to endorse the new government. Ultimately, neither parliament has. The 4 ministers identified on Friday were all from the eastern part of the country and associated with the Tobruk parliament, which itself is UN-backed, but which has repeatedly declined to endorse the unity government. The original UN plan was for the Tobruk parliament to become the de facto Libyan lower house of parliament under the unity government, with the Tripoli parliament serving as an advisory council. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports President Barack Obama signed a bill Thursday aimed at speeding up the government's response time to requests made under the Freedom of Information Act. With his own administration often criticized for failing to respond to FOIA requests quickly or fully, the president said the reform law will make it easier, faster, and cheaper for citizens to obtain government information under the 50-year-old law. Obama told reporters, Congress, on a bipartisan basis, has provided the tools to legislation to codify some of the reforms we've already made and to expand more of these reforms so government is more responsive. Adding, I am very proud of all the work we've done to try to make government more open and responsive, but I know that people haven't always been satisfied with the speed with which they're getting responses and requests. Hopefully, this is going to help and be an important initiative for us to continue on the reform path. The bill also makes it harder for government to withhold certain kinds of information that is more than 25 years old. Obama acknowledged that while arguments continue over what should and should not be released, federal agencies are struggling to keep up with the requests that are streaming in. The bill contains measures designed to speed the process and make it easier to file for your request. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and Numery supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $3 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. Reuters reports a federal judge has blocked a Mississippi law intended to allow people who object on religious grounds to refuse weddings and other services to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. U.S. District Judge Carlton Reeves, in a ruling late on Thursday, said that the wide-ranging law adopted this spring unconstitutionally allowed arbitrary discrimination against the LGBT community, unmarried people, and others who do not share such views. Reeves, who issued a preliminary injunction halting the law that was to take effect on Friday, wrote, the state has put its thumb on the scale to favor some religious beliefs over others. Mississippi is among a handful of southern U.S. states on the front lines of legal battles over equality, privacy, and religious freedom after the U.S. Supreme Court last year legalized same-sex marriage in all 50 states. Mississippi's Protecting Freedom of Conscience from Government Discrimination Act sought to shield those who believe that marriage involves a man and a woman and that sexual relations should occur within such marriages. The law also protected the belief that gender is defined by sex at birth. By citing those 3 religious grounds, the law would have allowed people to refuse to provide a wide range of services, from baking a wedding cake for a same-sex couple to counseling and fertility services. It also permitted dress code and bathroom restrictions to be imposed on transgender people. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.